Now to our top story. A man is in critical condition from a reported shooting outside Mall St. Matthews. LMPD says 2 officers were working off duty as mall security. They made a traffic stop around 7 o'clock last night in the mall's parking lot, and a man apparently shot himself. According to the Assistant Chief, Emily McKinley, as the officers approached the car, the man shot himself in the head. Officers performed first aid plus other life-saving measures, and the man was taken to the hospital in critical condition.
Suicide and suicide attempts are extremely painful, and they affect individuals and families of all backgrounds. If you or someone you know is experiencing suicidal thoughts or ideas, we encourage you to seek help immediately by utilizing the 988 Suicide Crisis Hotline.
Again, the hotline McKinley just mentioned is available 24/7. LMPD says there were 2 other people in the car, but no other injuries. We were also told there is body camera video and it will be released to the public later. Currently, there's no timeline for that release. The Public Integrity Unit is handling the investigation. LMPD also investigating a deadly shooting that happened in the California neighborhood. Police say it happened just after 5:30 p.m. yesterday on West Broadway, just off 10th Street. When officers arrived, they found a man who had been fatally shot. Anyone with information is asked to call the anonymous tip line at 574-LMPD. You can also use the online portal. Iowa is considered one of the most important presidential primary states in the country, and it has helped start many successful campaigns for national office. Last night, Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear spoke to a sold-out crowd in Des Moines as the event's keynote speaker. WHAS11 senior reporter Isaiah Kim Martinez and senior photojournalist Alyssa Newton spoke exclusively with Beshear before his speech.
Good morning. I'm Isaiah Kim Martinez right here in Des Moines, Iowa. Vice presidential candidates are often seen as the attack dog on a presidential ticket, and it was clear in his address Governor Andy Beshear is leaning into that mindset in what felt like his most obvious audition to date. J.D. Vance, you mentioned the senator. If y'all were on a debate stage, who would win?
I would, every day, all day. I mean, listen, I'm a person of real conviction. I'm a person who believes what he says, and I care deeply about our people in Kentucky. This is somebody who exploited us, who used to come for weddings or funerals or a couple weeks during the summer to see his kin, and I respect that. But to claim that you know our culture and then to insult our people is just wrong.
Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear in his most candid way yet describing Senator J.D. Vance.
And when I made my comments, did you hear what he said when he responded? He said, "How dare you attack," and these are his words, "my origin story." Origin story is what Batman has. I mean, what fictional characters have. The rest of us have upbringings or childhoods. It just shows you how contrived that it is.
Good evening, Iowa!
And at the podium in front of a sold-out crowd of Iowa Democrats at their annual fundraiser, the keynote speaker took just 3 minutes to mention former President Donald Trump's VP pick, calling Vance a phony, a man Beshear would likely debate if he were tapped as VP Kamala Harris's running mate.
But when J.D. Vance looks in the mirror, he doesn't see any conviction at all.
Beshear, described by the New York Times as an amiable attack dog from Kentucky, did show Iowans the tone of voice Kentuckians are used to when talking about his kids, and that conversation he had with the vice president after President Biden bowed out of the race.
And what I appreciated is that she said hi very briefly to me, a little longer to Brittany, and then she spent about 15 minutes talking to my children. She remembers their names. She still asks me how they're doing in every single conversation.
Beshear spent much of the 24-minute speech talking up Kamala Harris, who I asked about in our exclusive sit-down interview. Have you spoken with Vice President Harris since Sunday, and are you planning to meet her in Atlanta?
I don't think Vice President Harris is going to be in Atlanta.
She will be Tuesday, I believe.
I'll certainly take her call any time that it comes, but I'm happy to work with the campaign in any form or fashion, and I want her to optimize her time to win this election.
We've seen reporting that Vice President Harris, and I'm quoting here, is looking for someone who can balance the ticket, someone who's more of a governing partner, and someone who's effective with executive experience at the highest level. Is that you?
Well, that certainly describes a governor, and it certainly describes a governor that lives in a state where you have to reach across the aisle to get things done.
After the address, I asked Iowans who know a thing or two about candidates making a run for the White House what they thought of Beshear. Do you believe he stacks up after hearing this?
I told my friends, I actually have a group chat with some friends of mine, and we've been talking about it, and I'd earlier penciled him as like the person that I would like to see, but I didn't think was going to happen. And I told them tonight, I was like, he's moved up on my power list. He's at the top of my power rankings.
Isaiah Kim Martinez, WHAS11 on your side.
And Governor Beshear is on a short list of candidates. Others on that list are North Carolina Governor Roy Cooper, Arizona Senator Mark Kelly, and Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro. There are also about a half dozen other candidates being vetted.